Hello and welcome. Have you ever wondered where we all come from? Not just our family tree, but the very roots of our species, Homo sapiens. It's a story that starts hundreds of thousands of years ago, a grand epic of survival, innovation, and migration. Today, we're going to be time travelers, journeying back to uncover the incredible story of our prehistoric ancestors and how they came to populate the entire globe. This isn't just history. It's our story, the story of us. Our journey begins in Africa, the cradle of humanity. The latest scientific evidence, from fossil records to genetic analysis, points to one continent. It was here, between 200,000 and 300,000 years ago, that a new species of hominid emerged, Homo sapiens. That's us. For a long time, we shared the planet with other human-like species, such as the Neanderthals in Europe and Asia, and the Denisovans in Siberia. But what made our direct ancestors so special? What gave them the edge to not only survive, but to thrive and eventually spread across the entire world? Imagine a world completely different from ours. A world teeming with megafauna like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats. Early Homo sapiens lived as hunter-gatherers, moving with the seasons and following animal herds. They were masters of their environment, developing sophisticated stone tools, learning to control fire, and building strong social bonds within their small nomadic groups. For tens of thousands of years, Africa was their home, their entire world. But something was about to change. A great human adventure was about to begin. Around 70,000 to 100,000 years ago, a small group of our ancestors made a monumental decision. They walked out of Africa. Why? The exact reasons are still debated by scientists. Perhaps it was climate change, dwindling resources, or maybe just a natural curiosity, an innate human desire to see what lies beyond the horizon. Whatever the trigger, this was a pivotal moment in human history. This small band of pioneers carried with them the genetic blueprint for all non-African populations alive today. Every person you see with ancestry outside of Africa is a descendant of these brave explorers. Their journey was not easy. They faced new climates, unfamiliar landscapes, and unknown dangers. One of their first major destinations was Asia. Following the coastlines, they gradually spread eastward. Think about the skills and courage that would have required. They had to learn about new plants, new animals, and new weather patterns. They adapted and innovated, creating new tools and strategies to survive in these alien environments. It was this incredible adaptability that became the hallmark of Homo sapiens. One of the most astonishing chapters in this great migration is the peopling of Australia. To get there, our ancestors had to do something no human species had ever done before: cross the open ocean. Between 35,000 and 65,000 years ago, they built some of the world's first seafaring vessels, likely simple canoes or rafts, and navigated across large stretches of water. This wasn't just a short hop. It was a series of island-hopping voyages into the unknown. When they arrived, they found a continent with a unique ecosystem, completely different from anything they had ever encountered. The colonization of Australia stands as a powerful testament to the ingenuity and sheer audacity of our prehistoric ancestors. As Homo sapiens expanded across the globe, they encountered other hominid species that had left Africa much earlier. In Europe and the Middle East, they met the Neanderthals. For a time, our two species coexisted. We know from genetic evidence that they even interbred. Many modern humans with European or Asian ancestry carry a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA in their genomes. This is a fascinating reminder that our family tree is more complex and interconnected than we once thought. However, the story of this coexistence has a somber end. Wherever Homo sapiens went, other hominid species eventually disappeared. Neanderthals vanished around 40,000 years ago, and other species like the Denisovans also went extinct. Why did this happen? It's a complex question with no simple answer. Perhaps we outcompeted them for resources with our more advanced tools and social structures. Maybe we brought new diseases they had no immunity to. Or perhaps it was a combination of many factors. What is clear is that by about 30,000 years ago, Homo sapiens were the last human species left on Earth. What was our secret weapon? Many scientists believe it was language. While other hominids likely had some form of communication, it's thought that around 50,000 years ago, Homo sapiens underwent what some call a cognitive revolution. We developed complex symbolic language. This wasn't just about warning others of a predator. It was about the ability to share complex ideas, to plan for the future, to tell stories, to create myths and religions that could unite large groups of people. Language allowed for unprecedented levels of cooperation. A group of 100 humans who could coordinate effectively was far more powerful than a group that couldn't. This ability to cooperate flexibly in large numbers is what truly set us apart. With this new cognitive toolkit, our expansion accelerated. From Asia, humans moved north into the freezing lands of Siberia, developing new technologies like bone needles to sew fitted clothing for warmth. From there, they made another incredible journey, crossing the Bering Land Bridge into the Americas around 15,000 to 20,000 years ago. They spread rapidly through North and South America, adapting to a vast range of environments, from the Arctic tundra to the Amazon rainforest. Meanwhile, back in the Old World, the migration continued. Humans spread throughout Europe, replacing the last of the Neanderthals. They created stunning works of art deep within caves like the famous paintings at Lascaux and Chauvet in France. These paintings, depicting animals and abstract symbols, give us a glimpse into their minds, their beliefs, and their world. They show us that these weren't just primitive survivalists. They were people like us with a rich cultural and spiritual life. They were artists, thinkers, and storytellers. So from our origins in a small corner of Africa, we, Homo sapiens, embarked on an epic journey that took us to every corner of the planet. We crossed deserts, navigated oceans, and survived ice ages. We adapted, innovated, and cooperated in ways no other species had before. We are the descendants of these ultimate survivors, these relentless explorers. Their story of perseverance and ingenuity is written in our DNA. It's a legacy that connects every single one of us, no matter where we live or what we look like. We are all part of this one incredible human story. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into our shared human past. Let me know in the comments what part of this ancient story amazes you the most. See you in the next video.